Please, you can, and you take it on.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Justice, and for such a wonderful session on how we are supposed to build a stable business. My name is Grace Ngatia, just in case we have a director who we have not met before. And I'm very, very excited to talk to the leadership of Team Lions and Unstoppable Diamonds. And I want to say that we believe in you. And that is why we actually thought with Justice that we need to come together and tap on the knowledge of what we have. And that is why we said we need to meet you this morning when you're very fresh. And I want to congratulate every director who has logged in. And I believe that after this, your business is not going to remain the same. Adding just picking up from what Justice has shared with us, all this is going to be possible as a director because I always remind us that we need to understand the kind of business that we are doing. And like Justice said, sometimes we do not understand this business and we actually look like we're employed, even when you're in your life. And I always say, when you sit down and think about network marketing, what is network marketing? It is moving products through a group of people, a network of people. I use my 3NN, I use my LDC, I use my G1, and I influence other people to do the same. And I influence others to do the same. So you must learn amongst the skills that Justice has talked about, there's one skill that you really, really need to work on it on a daily basis, and that is working with your team. You know, and when you work with your team, the number one thing that you need to do is you need to have a very healthy relationship with your team. Our business is about, our business is like a parenting business. It's like a mother and a father. So a mother and a father always have one thing, whether they have money or not, they must always have love. You know, you can imagine a home even if they don't have money and they are even sleeping hungry, like where I came from. But it was a house full of love, full of joy. You know, people used to come to our home and we don't have food. And the little food we used to have, we used to share. It's so little. We even had to add water so that the greens can be a lot, but we share. But you will find that probably there are homes that they have meat and a lot, but they don't have visitors. So in our business, one of the things that I would want you to pray to God to have is to love your team. And you need to love them and care for them like they are your own children. Because it is through this building a strong relationship that is going to help you develop a very strong senior manager. It's going to develop a very strong executive that even when they feel like quitting, they remember the kind of relationship you have and they say, I cannot quit. I remember building relationships is very important. When I was growing in the business, because I was sponsored by a total stranger, we built a very strong relationship. And for some time, I had not grown the business and I wasn't performing. I asked myself, if I quit, will I ever see them again? Will I be having the chance to meet them for a talk? Do you know that is what with my upline? I sat with them for a cup of tea. I just sat in the training and I poured my heart to them. I felt relieved. I felt that there is hope in this business. That is building a relationship. My questions to you as directors, do you have solid relationship with your downline, with your success line? Can you tell us, can you ask yourself, do you know your downlines? Do you even know when they are going through things? Can you just the same way you know about if those who have children, you can tell by just talking to your child if they're okay or not. For those who are married, you can tell the voice of your husband, even the look of your husband can tell you or your wife if they are happy or not. That comes because of building a healthy relationship. So my task for you is to go out and build a relationship. And Jerry Brasfield tells us this business is about building one relationship at a time. So for those 10 people that just as I said, we work with them, take time and build their relationship. And I find when you learn people's dream, it is very easy to connect. When you're a director, do you know why your downlines are working? You know, this business is not just about PVs. And sometimes we forget that. We just think we want to get the 4,000. No, we want to make a positive difference in people's life. And for me to make a positive difference in people's life, I have to understand, who is this James? Who is this Elizabeth? What are they going through in their life? Why have they paid? Why have they borrowed money? Why are they coming for training? Why am I even working with you in the first place? Why would I take my time and my bus fare and come to support you? There must be a relationship. There must be some mutual agreement. That love for your people, care for them. I'm not saying that you go out and become a counselor, because people have issues. You're not going to be a counselor. You're not going to take over the issues for your team, but you're going to learn to give hope. Like me, I tell them, we were not going to discuss this left hungry. Take a cup of tea, take andazi, let's discuss how tomorrow we can have money. Because money will sort all your problems. That's what my upline kept telling me. Grace, let me tell you, money will even regulate love in your family. So if I sit you and teach you how to make that extra 20,000, some of these problems that you're facing, they will be away. Right? Now, genuinely being interested in your downline. Don't just be interested in your downline because they have given you 500 PVs. Genuinely getting interested. As in, you're having sleepless nights because you're thinking how you're going to support that person who joined. That person who has shown an interest of growing. Your mind is there. You're trying to ask yourself, how do I help this person? This person can't talk. This person does not know people. How do you genuinely support this person? There are way out. If you are a director, maybe you're new, you don't know how to do it. You have your upline leaders, and probably they have the answers. So as a director, you cannot afford to walk alone. I charge you, because when you are genuinely interested in your downlines, what is going to happen? You are going to work with them. You're going to help them grow. And their growth is going to command your growth automatically. You're going to die for that person. You're not going to be asking, how much will I be paid at the end of the month? By the way, if you're a director and you keep just asking and checking how much you're earning at the end of the month, then you're missing this point. Helping your team grow so that your growth can come easily. You should go to your printout, to your back office, and get excited. I have someone earning 5,000, I have someone earning 2,500, that's maybe a manager with 500. I have supported this person with 1,000, they are going to smile with 10,000. Wow, I have worked with this person, they're an executive, they'll get 20,000. And you know, when you think about that person, what happens? It rolls back to you. So I want to charge you, do not be a director who keeps asking or telling their mind and their spirit, keeping checking, how much PVs am I at? And that's how I also know a director who is not yet, or a senior manager who is not ready to become a director. When I ask them about their plan and what they are working on, they tell me I'm at 200 personal points, and that's it. They don't tell me about their downlines. They don't talk about what activities they are doing for their team. I know this senior manager is so far from becoming a director. Unlike this senior manager who will say, I have helped this person sponsor one person. This one is becoming a manager. I am doing a meeting for this one and this one because I want them to become a 3 in 30. You know, they're already talking about their distributors before they talk about themselves. Now, that is what we need to become as directors. Before we talk about what I'm achieving, yes, I have the end result that Justice is talking about of 8,000, of 7,000. That's your end result. And we always say, starting with the end. It is important I start with the end. I want to become a qualified director with 7,000 points, right? But now I have to go from the beginning. How do I get to 8,000? I need to hold this one leg, work with it, have a plan with it, strategize with it so that it can become a 2,000. I know that person will earn 20,000. This other one is going to do 3,000. I know that person will make 30,000. And now I can get excited and say, if these people will work together, I will have paid my network a total of 150,000. So by the time you're getting your 70 or 80,000, you have other people who are smiling in the bank. And tomorrow or the following month, I can assure you, you have momentum. You will definitely have momentum to start. Now, how do you help your team grow. There are things I want you to develop as a director. One, you must develop courage. You must behave like a leader. Be sure where you're going and where you're taking others. If you're a leader who does not plan, like today is the second day of the month, have you planned? Have you planned? Because after month and the second day, you should be planning and calling your people to know where they are going. So a leader is a person who leads by front, by goal setting, having a dream chart, attending meetings early. It's a director who needs to do these things. Reminding your team, it's you who need to read ahead so that you have something to motivate your team. You shouldn't wait for your upline to do that. So have courage as a leader. You are the leader, you the director. That's why you're called a director, because you are directing your team. You're directing your team to success. All of us are directors. Sapphire director, 2 Ruby director, president team, 4 Ruby director. So all of us are directors first before we get this other step. The second thing is dare to do things. Dare to do things. Which are these things? There are so many things I want you to dare. Dare to be creative. Dare, think about this person. They might not come to the training, but you can go where they are. You can go to the street with them and teach them what you do. So many of us know how to talk to strangers, but our downlines don't know how to do that. Dare to do these things. Dare, just dare to do crazy things that maybe we haven't even taught you, but they can bring business to you. You can go in an area like Dennis, how he's challenging us. You don't know anybody. Dennis has challenged me a lot, and I'm really working on that. Going to a specific place he doesn't know anyone. Then he takes 2 or 3 of his downlines, and they say, we are going to grow a team here. And they start inviting one day to a meeting. Can you imagine your director? You go to an area, you don't know anybody, you go look for a hall, you pay 2,000 or 3,000 Kenya shillings, and then you say there's a meeting. Look at this face. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., there'll be a meeting. Then a day before the meeting, you go there with invitation cards, and you start from 8, moving from one home to another, street to street, inviting people. Look at this face. You have no idea who will attend this session. But guess what? Out of that meeting, 2 months down the line, you have an executive manager. Those are things I'm saying. Dare to do things as a director. The other thing that you must develop is be compassionate. Love your team more than yourself. Just like some of us, we love our children more than ourselves. You find yourself, you go out, you buy shoes, you buy clothes. Sometimes you forget about yourself. You want your child to have more fast. I've seen women do that a lot. You put your children first. You put your family first. Even in this business, I charge you to put your downlines first. You come second. Love them to their best level. And let me tell you, when you love them, you care for them, you give them hope, you believe in them. You even believe in them before they believe in themselves. And that's all they need. And they will ride on your belief. And before you realize, they've started making it and you're already making it. Develop commitment. Develop commitment and consistency. That is something that sometimes as directors, it fails us very much. You plan to do something, but you do it today and tomorrow you don't do it. I'll tell you, a director who is consistent, doing 4,000, an emerald director, creating directors, and they are not lacking nursery, there's one thing that they have. They have a lot of consistency. I charge you this month. Don't even be consistent on so many people. Just get one person and be consistent on them. Do one-on-ones for them. Do BOPs for them. Follow them up. Charge them to read a book. Motivate them every day. One person or just one. Don't even take more. If you have a bigger heart, take 2. Like Charlie Bolton tells us, take 2 people at a time and work with them 1 year and create them as a director. Just 2. Just 2. And you say, I'm going to be committed with this person. I will do a BOP with them weekly. I will do one-on-one. Then I will teach them to do the rest on the other. And let me tell you, if you do that, you're compassionate with this person. If they come with their issues, are you going to listen? Yes. Listen to them. Give them hope. Assure them. But don't dwell on challenges too much. Because you are a leader, you are supposed to provide solutions. That is what Justas has talked about today. How do you handle your challenges? Some downlines would come to me And I laugh sometimes. I tell my mentors, you know, they came to me and I was so down and they didn't realize I'm down. I put my problems down. I first sorted my downline. You see, sometimes downlines think we don't feel anything. We are human beings. We have our downtimes, but downlines will never know when we have downtime. Our uplines will know. Okay? So be compassionate. Develop commitments. I've said that, like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Work it till it works. And the commitment, they say, tuweke kwa hiyo moto. Put us in that fire. We believe that our God is going to save us. And even he doesn't save us, we will still not directly build your business. You must uphold the right value. And I just ask you to get the values of the company values, embrace them and work them in your business, because you're building a long-lasting business. Honesty and integrity is very key. Equal opportunity for all, and it's a long-range vision. It's a business you build a long time. The things you must eliminate as a director: over-independency, over-dependency. There are some directors, maybe you have to wait for us as well team to do for you meetings. You have to wait for us to plan your meetings. You have to wait for us to motivate your team. You have to wait for Grace to say something for your team. Just as talked about it. Let me tell you, you have to start early, and you also have to teach your people to start early. As senior manager, need to know how to call her people. Like when you go to meetings, always be looking. There's one thing that I learned. Yes, I'm excited. We are going for the Impact Summit. But I must ask myself, out of the 10,000 distributors, how many were mine? That's the leader that I want you to develop. When you go to that Kasese meeting, your director, you must say, I'm excited, this is full, the hall is full, but how many are mine? You know, because you want to avoid over-dependency. You don't have to wait for your upline director or your person to plan meetings. Have you planned your meetings? Do you have a game plan? The one who teaches more makes more money. The one who holds the pen makes more money. So are you doing the presentation often, or do you have to wait for your world team to plan for you? If you do more meetings, I can assure you, the results are going to be very different. Avoid laziness. This is a business. Work it, I always say, work it like you're employed. Have the mindset of employment, but it is your business. You see, in employment, you have to wake up whether it's raining or not. You have to wake up whether you have a cough or not. You have to wake up whether you have a house help or not. That's what I was taught when I was building, and that's why I have that attitude up to today. I don't have a house help. I had planned for a meeting. Guess what? I'll not cancel that meeting. I look for plan B. Can I call someone to stay in? Can I take my children to a neighbor? Can I take my children to a sister? What can I do? Because if I was employed, I could not give excuses to my upline, to my boss. I have a cold, it's 3 days, I have a fever. I can't stay at home for a whole 1 week if I'm employed. So you must have the attitude of employment, but you're the one who is your own boss. Because if you don't do that, you're destroying your business. Self-employment can be self-destroying because you are not accountable to anyone. You know, you can be lazy even in doing the basics, because who is going to ask you anyway? But you see, even if we don't ask you, there's the last person. At the end of the month, how much are you going to make? Don't fear, drop fear. Are you fearful? Are you there, you don't believe in yourself? Are you looking at your PVs, how you close the month, and you're acting like them? It doesn't matter you closed at 1,000. We believe you, you're a director. You became a director. You made yourself a director. So you can do it again. You did it the first time, you can do it again. It doesn't matter you have stayed 6 months, you haven't done your director step, recount it. Forget the past, start again. You are the same person who sponsored those people. You can charge yourself, you can excite yourself, you can have the right attitude, and you start all over again. Avoid toxic people. Even in your life, we have toxic people. Don't have a cocoon of directors who are not qualifying and you keep being comfortable with them. Become a friend of a growing person. Even in your life, I have seen some people are there, they are telling themselves, unajui director kufanya phone ngumu. and you go there and you cocoon and you justify why you cannot make an answer. But you ask yourself, they are murmurers, they are blamers, they are not taking responsibility for their business. Drop the mindset of being paid to paying yourself. No one will pay you in this business. You pay yourself, but by what you do on a daily basis. And the last one, develop a positive attitude. A positive attitude. When you have a positive attitude, is how you look at things. How do you look at things? When there's demonstration in Nairobi, how do I look at things? You know, when it is raining, how do I look at things? When I want people to come to my meeting and they have all gone to farming, and you're there waiting for them, but they are farming now, they can't attend. What's my attitude? You as a director, and your attitude will determine your altitude. And your altitude is the next step that you want to make. I believe in you. I know you can make it. I wish you a fantastic month. And this is going to be the best month ever for you. Having started with Justus, our Turubi director, and gotten those great tips from us. And from my side, I wish you the very best. God bless you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Grace, for taking off time to share with us all this information. I do believe that directors on this platform have been able to be inspired, and not only be inspired, but you've also been able to learn some of the key things that you should be doing as a director for you to be able to qualify at your titles consistently. And not only that, but also have a growing business toward a team. I think your take home for today is care for people, love people, and then work hard on yourselves, develop yourselves, grow personally, develop those skills and leadership that you need for you to be able to have that kind of business that you would want to have. So let's work so hard. Let's give it our best. Like she has said, may April be your best month ever, and may 2023 be your best year ever. Thank you so much, and have a blessed afternoon. Blessed day.